What's up, fight fans? This is Slim Olokpe with Slim Olokpe Boxing. So, Daniel Dynamite Dubois has finally spoken. After weeks of silence, Dubois has now finally revealed exactly why he pulled out of the Joseph Parker fight. And trust me, it is not what some fans expected. But that is not all, because Dubois also made it clear who he wants for his next fight. And no, it's not Usyk. It's not even Anthony Joshua. So, let's dive into the full gist. Now, in February 22, 2005, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Daniel Dubois was set to defend his IBF heavyweight title against Joseph Parker, and everything was going according to plan until just days before the fight. And boom, from nowhere we had news that Dubois was forced to withdraw from the fight, and the official reason for the withdrawal is because he fell sick. But of course, rumors started flying everywhere and people started saying all sorts of things in the media. But since then, Daniel Dubois has just hidden his face away. He didn't come out, he didn't say anything, he didn't make any statements. And now Daniel Dubois has came out to set the record straight. And while he was speaking to Pullout UK, he explained exactly what went down and why he had to withdraw from the fight. So here is the full story, okay? Now, he said he started feeling sick and his glands were swollen up, his throat was gone, and he was drained and tired. But even at that, he said he still wants to go into the fight, he still wants to fight sick. But the British Boxing Board of Control doctor checked him out and his verdict was simple. He said the doctor's verdict was that in 2 days, the sickness will be much worse. So the best he could do for himself is to avoid that fight. He said he has to avoid the fight for his own good. So at that point, Daniel Dubois had no choice. Even his team, his dad, and Frank Warren, his promoter, all agreed that he needs to withdraw from the fight. So for that reason, the fight was off. Not really because Daniel Dubois wanted to pull out of the fight, but because the doctor and his team, they are saying that, look, we have to prioritize your health. If you are sick, you are sick. You can't go into a fight sick, especially as a champion, So even Joseph Parker will not want to fight a sick champion, whereby you come out later and start saying that I was sick before going into the fight, So it will seem as though you are not really giving Joseph Parker his credibility, for beating you in a fight. So if you are sick, you are sick. It is better to withdraw from the fight. And that is exactly what Daniel Dubois did. And that is what is coming out now to explain to us. And as Dubois pulled out of the fight, Joseph Parker didn't waste any time. He took on late replacement in Martin Bakoli and finished him in 2 rounds. And in that fight, Joseph Parker looked very sharp, strong, and dangerous. It was obvious in the fight that Joseph Parker was really ready for Daniel Dubois. But for Dubois, the story is not yet over, because while he was speaking on Pullout UK, he made it very clear that he wants the Parker fight again. He said he wants to knock out Joseph Parker. It is not that he is scared of Joseph Parker, because some people are already running around the news that Daniel Dubois ended up regretting his decision, even though he was not meant to face Joseph Parker. He wanted to prove himself by facing Joseph Parker. Then probably he realized that, I'm not going to be able to beat this guy. So he called in sick and, withdraw from the fight in order to face Usyk for the undisputed glory. Now, Daniel Dubois is coming out to say, you know what? I was sick and I even wanted to make that fight happen. If not for the board of control that said I couldn't fight, if not for the doctor, if not for Frank Warren, if not for my dad and my team, I would have gone into that fight sick. And I believe that I would have even knocked him out while I was sick. But they didn't let me do it. But you know what? It's all good. My next fight, I want to fight Joseph Parker again. I want Joseph Parker because it is an unfinished business, according to Daniel Dubois. He's saying that, look, I have unfinished business with Joseph Parker and I want to finish the business with him. So for Daniel Dubois, missing that fight has left a bitter taste in his mouth and he doesn't want to move on. He wants revenge. He wants Joseph Parker next. And he's calling on Turkey Al-Ashik to make it happen. And if Turkey cannot make it happen, he's looking forward to maybe they will be able to do it in Wembley. But the question now is, will Joseph Parker want to take that fight against Daniel Dubois? Because now it seems as though Usyk is being forced to fight Joseph Parker. So will Joseph Parker rather go for the Usyk fight or take Daniel Dubois first? But according to Daniel Dubois, he's saying that he has already been told that he will be back in action by July. Although we don't know who is going to be his next opponent, but he's saying it now that if it's possible, he wants Joseph Parker to be his next opponent. Although even the Usyk fight is still possible, but Usyk Usyk is not his first option right now. His first option is Joseph Parker. So now, of course, Daniel Dubois has a lot of options. You know, there is AJ, there is Derek Chisora, who is the IBF mandatory challenger, and the IBF might actually force Daniel Dubois to defend his title against Derek Chisora. So Daniel Dubois actually have a lot of choice right now. He has a lot of options. We have Derek Chisora, we have Anthony Joshua, we have Alexander Usyk. Any of these guys can actually face Daniel Dynamite Dubois. But one thing that is very clear is that Daniel Dubois just wants to get back into the ring and make a statement, you know. And in his own words, he said he just wants to put someone to sleep again and show the people that he is the man in the division. But boxing fans, what do you think? Should Daniel Dubois get his Parker rematch, or should he go for Usyk or AJ instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.